hello, everyone! Welcome to stream. How is everyone doing? DK, thank you for the daily check-in. Cappy, thank you for the daily check-in. ASMR, thank you for the daily check-in. Hello, hello. What's up, everyone? I want to go back to bed. I'm still very, very sleepy, DK. Also, ASMR, I do not smell. I am still very sleepy. You started drawing again, DK? That's great. I need to start drawing again, but all I have is my iPad. That doesn't make it better, ASMR. You drew them with a mouse. 2 apples? That's not bad to draw them with a mouse. Those weren't bad. Considering you drew them with a mouse. Oh, my nose. Anyway. We're halfway there to the 50K. We're halfway there. I have calculated all of how many words I need to write to make up for lost time. And so far for the past 2 days, I've been meeting that goal. Oh god, no. My goal right now for stream is to plot the next chapter and then maybe get some writing done. But that is the goal. Ooh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it's an unhinged jaw Spider-Man. That's cool, DK. Okay. Alright, in terms of plot, we are a little halfway done, with Act 2B. We have one more, basically, maybe 1 or 2 more segments. And we will be done with Act 2B, and then we'll be on to Act 3. So let me count, 1, 2. Actually, all 3 of these points can be in 1 chapter. Actually, 4 points can be in this chapter. We can end with this hunter point. And then basically a fight scene. Hi, Cappy! And ASMR keeps telling me that I really need to stop. It's not 6 in the morning, it's 11 a.m. for me. I have you know, I went to bed at 1 a.m. last night instead of the usual 3 to 4. So there, it's not as bad as before. I wish I could get 10 hours of sleep. I wish. I could be animating this. I could be. Okay, so these 4 points can be this chapter. You can end with this one. And then have the next point be there, because the next ones are just a fight scene. Ah, shit, I just have technically I just have 2 chapters left to write for Act 2B. It's not very long. Last chapter was just a travel chapter for Act 2B. I need to maybe I should split this up a little bit more. For the sake of pacing. Believe it or not, ASMR, I actually don't have any snacks with me today. But I do have a jar of peanut butter. I have a jar of peanut butter. So I will eat something, but it will be a spoon of this jar of peanut butter. Because money, that's why. Look, we have no money, therefore we have no groceries, so I've been living off of this jar of peanut butter all week. Peanut butter. Oh. Of course I can finish the book if I look like Schmeagol. I can totally do that. I fucking will ASMR. I fucking will. Watch me. Watch, when I get this thing finished and I get my first draft printed so I can edit it, I'm gonna film a TikTok. I'm gonna post it to TikTok and YouTube and just be like, my precious. Freaking messy hair, no makeup. How many words are in my book right now? How many do we have? We have 585,000 words. We have 78,000 words in this book. And with the addition of today's 2,000 word count, We will end it under we will end under 800 for the day. You enjoy your lurking, Cappy. Oh no. I'm like a dog. It takes me a while to eat peanut butter. No, Pooch, this is my peanut butter. You can't have it. This is mine. Just scratch you between your eyes. Scratchy, 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 scratchy. You big Freya baby. But we've made it to chapter 24. Let's see. Human body shapes are just circles, squares, and triangles, depending on how much hep you want. Typically, I like to use 2 triangles when I draw girls, and then I like to use, squares for guys. But that's just me. I am very, like, circulature. I'm not gonna deny that. I am very circle-like. Until you get to my head is more like a diamond shape. Go fix your internet, ASMR. I won't scare away nobody. Maybe I can switch these 2 points around. I think I will. I think I will switch them around. Alright, so we'll put these 2 points into this chapter, and then the ending of this chapter will give us a little hint to the next point. So that would make 1, 2.5, 2, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, that's better. That's better pacing. I have finished my spoon of peanut butter. I needs a monster. So based off of what I've got, I'm projecting my book might be 40, 41 chapters long. Maybe 100, 120,000 words. Which is a decent-sized book. It's around the same size as one of the popular fantasy novels nowadays. But of course, those are my projections. I mean, I really need to plot the entirety of book 2, because I don't have it all plotted out just yet. And then figure out, am I going to work on book 2 while I edit book 1? Or should I go write something else? I have too many stories I want to tell. I have too many. Ooh, how good would it be? How coming full circle would it be if this was the village that Soren started in from the beginning of the book with that tavern fight? Ooh, I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. This is gonna be the same village that he was in at the start of the book. Not the Palace City, but the one after the prologue. I asked a couple of things, DK. I asked a couple of things. The first thing I asked was, what should I work on when editing this? Should I work on book 2? Because that's full outline needs to be plotted still. Or should I go work on something else entirely? That was the first thing that I asked. The second one was this village that they're in that's by the mountains. What if this was the village that Soren was in all the way back in chapter 1? So basically he came back to his original starting point. Because he leaves to go to school, and now he's back home. For reasons. Just snap my neck. Ow. Because there's a hunter that is going to attack the group that knows Soren. Now, Soren, for the whole entirety of the book, since he got to the university, has been hiding the fact that he's a half-dragon. And he is from a kingdom that, like, celebrates the hunting of half-dragons. So, like no one in the group except for Astaroth and Mor knows that Soren is a half-dragon. But this hunter knows who he is. So it's like there's no hiding who you are because he's home now. So I get a two for one. It moves the plot because it forces Soren to reveal he's a half-dragon. Actually, this hunter couldn't find him anywhere. So how my universe is set up is, when it comes to how halflings are treated, it's different to kingdom. The university is like neutral grounds, but there is still like some racism there, and they just came from Turus Crystallis, which completely has the practice outlawed. Like, you are not allowed to harass or even hunt You're not allowed to hunt or even harass half-dragons. This is the first time he's been back to his home kingdom since he left. So he's been keeping this charade that he's a full-blooded dragon instead of a half one. And now they need to stop at this village, because the mountain next to it, they need to go climb to go save the princess. But they've just been walking for like 2 weeks straight, so they need to sit down somewhere. The goal of the hunter's attack... Well, them stopping in the village has a couple of things that's going to trigger everything, but the main thing is... the hunter attacks them and pushes Soren's head, like, underwater to try and drown him. Which, like, rubs away the foundation he's wearing on his forehead to cover his halfling mark. So when he pops back up, everyone can see it. Because it's bright red on his face. Because you see a little bit of the prejudice against half-dragons throughout the book, with Soren trying to hide it. And then he starts dating this girl Sienna, and then when they get to Turus Crystallis, she's like hella racist towards another half-dragon that's housing them for the day. There's a lot. There's a lot. I also mentioned in an earlier chapter that the village that they need to go to, Soren knows the innkeep. So like free room and board. But the innkeep doesn't have enough stakes in everything to reveal that Soren is a half-dragon, hence why the hunter is gonna do it. And it just like clicked in my brain, like, ooh, what if this is the village from the beginning? Like, he's back to a familiar place again. That's where the train went on this brain mesh of a mess. As I make swimming hand motions as if you guys can see me. Because it would also call back to all of the foreshadowing that the book has been doing up until this point. Except for whenever you're talking to Astaroth, that Soren can't hide what he is for much longer. Like, eventually the truth is going to come out, whether he wants it to or not. I'm done. Thank you, DK. So the plan for the reveal is that not the crowd doesn't give a shit. These people know Soren. They don't care about the life of a half-dragon. He could drop dead and no one would really care. Which is reflected back in like the prologue where Soren is like 6 or 7 and he's starving on the streets and like people don't give a shit that he's dying. His friends, however, they all turn on him. Essentially, yeah. So there are like 3 different types of halflings in my world. There's the half-dragons, half-elves, and half-dwarves. Elves and dwarves are like tolerated. No one really likes them, but it's like, they don't care that they're there. Half-dragons are like famously unstable because of the way dragon biology works. So they're considered a threat to the kingdoms. So for most of them, they don't have any laws protecting half-dragons, but they don't have any laws saying that you can't just outright kill them. This kingdom, Vultus Tenebrima, or Vultus Tenebrinum, I made these names and I can't even say them myself. It's the only kingdom that actively celebrates it. Like, they have full-on festivals dedicated to it. But public opinion from like just all around of half-dragons is not very high. Not even with dragons themselves. So the thing with dragons is that they are double-souled. They have 2 souls in them. The soul of the mortal and then the soul of the beast. As children, they're born and these 2 souls sort of grow up alongside each other. With a half-dragon, the soul of the beast is actually sealed. It's sleeping. So the soul of the mortal can't grow up with it. So around like 5 or 6 years old, typically if a half-dragon is meant to be able to shift into a draconic form, the soul of the beast will wake up. But at that point, it's like 5 years old and doesn't have a relationship with the soul of the mortal, so it consumes it and causes the half-dragon to shift and go berserk. Essentially wreaking havoc everywhere it goes. However, the true statistics is that it's very unlikely that a half-dragon will ever shift. They can go through their entire lives having never gone through that. And there's an even smaller percentage of the ones that can shift that don't go crazy. Now in this one, and at this point in book 1, Soren is 18. He's long past the age where he was expected to begin shifting. So to see a half-dragon in this kingdom as old as him is incredibly rare, because they're killed as children. But because of that, his, like, I guess hide or his head for hunters is more valuable because he's older. but it's that fear of that 1% of half dragons that will go insane. Because when a dragon goes nuts, it does some damage. Even for like a super young dragon, it can take out half a kingdom by itself before you really could do anything. Their only saving grace is that the dragons have better things to do. It's like the question with earthbending and Avatar. Like, why can't the earthbender just like suck you into the ground? It's because they actively choose not to. It's a very dramatic reveal. Like, I know how the reveal's gonna go. But it is a very dramatic reveal where the makeup gets washed away. And Soren at first doesn't realize that it's gone, and then he's looking at his friends and they're all like, oh my god. Hi, Jester. No, we're not doing human camp genocide. This is dragon camp genocide, I guess. The humans are the most common race in this world. There's 7 kingdoms of just humans. Correction, 6. That's because it's Pal World, Jester. Well, right now I'm gonna start putting Soren through it. He already went through some of it in the previous chapter. Essentially, he's gotta feel like everything's falling apart, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. Because right now he's in a state of contempt where it's like, okay, I put a band-aid on the problem, I'll readdress it later. And then the dam's gonna burst. Jester's just running a freaking brothel over there. I don't know what's happening. Jester is being Jester. He's now in flashbacks or he's still insane. I mean, Soren suffers from a panic disorder that he gets pretty consistently throughout the book. Oh, we're going hard. We're going so hard. You're right, Jester. Mr. Jester is too normal. It should be Sir Jester Esquire. I haven't seen ReZero, so I'm not entirely certain. But it's gonna get emotional. Sir Desparo Jester Esquire. You're the crazy ass lawyer that no one hires. How do I plan to pull him out of the depression? You know, he doesn't really ever leave this state of mind that the world is essentially after him. He sort of just stops caring, basically. Without giving too much away, he just sort of stops caring. I know there's an archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh! Called Despera. Or Despa. It has been Thanos. I've been starving all week. I'm living off of a jar of peanut butter. Tomorrow's grocery day, though. So I don't have any snacks, Jester. I just have my peanut butter. This whole event is what causes Soren to just stop caring about anything. And he becomes incredibly snarky and a pretentious prick to everyone. And he never really stops doing that. I eat it with a spoon. I have a designated peanut butter spoon. Like, even when we go through like all 7 books, he never really stops being an asshole to people. I have no idea. I've never seen Bleach. It's too long. Too many people, too many swords that do different things. I don't have the brain capacity. I have been told by an alpha reader that Soren is a true quote-unquote morally gray character. Like, he's not morally correct, and then the narrative tries so hard to make him sound like he's gray. He's like actually morally gray. Compare him to Red Hood from DC. Yeah, kinda. Kinda, like, close to that, yeah. He is the, in a group of characters where they're trying to discuss, oh, what should we do with the body? Soren is the one saying, let's just kill him. Murder solves everything, let's just kill them. And his supporting cast are the ones being like, no, we can't do that, that's not good. It's like, no, it's murder solves everything. Violence solves everything. Just set them all on fire. Because at the end of book 1, we get to meet his moral compass, who stays with him for the rest of the series. Who he torments by eating sticks of butter in the house. That's gonna be a fun scene to write in book 2. Soren's starting to go through dragon puberty, so he starts hoarding things. And for whatever reason, he starts hoarding butter. That he'll eat like half a stick of butter, of straight butter, and then just like hides it around the house. And Ethan, the moral compass character, who turns out to be his best friend later, keeps finding it and it's like, why are you just eating half sticks of butter, and why is it in my couch? But it's because Soren is going through delayed dragon puberty. The hoarding behavior is like one of the first signs that a dragon is going to shift for the first time. So he's just hoarding butter. Which may or may not cause issues later because Soren is lactose intolerant. It would cause issues for everyone. Because Soren is a typical man when he's sick. He turns into the biggest baby on the planet. And he makes it everyone's problem. All because he's Tum Tum Hut. But he makes it everybody's problem if he's sick. He demands the princess treatment. Which is funny, because he keeps going for people who won't give him the princess treatment. It's like a background gag. It's like when you're reading or watching something and you see one character and they're a certain character type and you just classify them like, oh, they're baby girl. Oh, they're one of the girls. Basically. Like Soren's like character archetype is usually reserved for a side character. So like if you've read Fourth Wing, he's the same character archetype as Riddick. Or if you've read A Court of Thorns and Roses, he's like Lucian. Do we have a Deadpool character in here? Soren is sort of like a Deadpool character. He's just unlimited sass, snark, and sarcasm. But to answer your question, Jester, Soren is a bit of a Deadpool character. He's a combination. If I had to take characters from like popular media and to describe him, thank you for the gifted DK. But there you go, Jester. No more ads for you. From Avatar: The Last Airbender, Soren is a combination of Sokka and Zuko. Like if you took those two and put them in a blender, that's Soren. He's also based off of a character from Fire Emblem of the same name. There's a character in Fire Emblem also named Soren, who also acts like this. And he is my absolute favorite character in that entire video game franchise. He has some of the best one-liners in Fire Emblem Engage. You know what? You know what? You know, I'm gonna go look for it. I'm gonna go looking for it now. Oh, he can be taken seriously pretty easily. He finds it more entertaining to not be serious. So like he'll look at a serious situation and come up with a serious solution, but how he gets there, he is riddled with little like snarky quips and like insults. Like there's a in book 3, there's a scene that I'm really looking forward to writing where he tricks a highly like extremist feminism, like the kind that you make fun of, like they're so feminist, they've gone the opposite direction. There's a queen that's like that, and he uses the situation that they're currently in, where a kingdom's coming to attack, and he's like, oh, well, I've put these flowers all around your kingdom, and your people can now hear you. They hear that you're not going to protect them. He's bluffing. He's not at all serious, but he's using it as a method to try and coerce her into agreeing into an alliance with him. Let's pause the music real quick. I'm gonna show you guys. Yes, so he becomes... But by Jester, so Soren becomes the strategist for a mercenary company. Essentially, he handles almost everything about this mercenary company because they're kind of going underwater because they keep not charging people. They keep doing charity work. So, and early on in the story, in book one, actually, you see hints and like little points where he is like thinking things through and like planning and strategizing. He does it even as a child, where he's trying to weigh pros and cons between stealing bread and stealing meat, just so he can eat. But that's kind of like a I don't want to say a defense mechanism, because he's incredibly smart and strategic, but he doesn't want people thinking that he is. He wants people to underestimate him so he can turn around and kick them in the nuts. Okay. Fire Emblem, engage, Soren, convos. I just need the funny ones, the short funny ones. Funny moments. There we go. Let me just... Properties. You. Okay. We're gonna watch some of this. Because it's funny. Okay, it's hilarious. I'm gonna block my my lore forge here for a quick second because we're gonna watch this. It's hilarious, and I want people to appreciate where the idea of Soren's personality came from.
Very well. Prove you're strong enough to be worth my time, and I'll consider it.
Really? You will?
You don't seem the type to take no for an answer, so it appears I have little choice.
Even so, I'm very glad. Thank you, Emblem Soren.
I only said I would consider it. Not exactly a paragon of listening skills, are you?
You always did like making things difficult.
Ike?
Let's see if this is good enough for you.
Stop! You don't have to prove yourself to me!
Isn't the Divine Dragon particularly stunning today? Like a never-ending gift.
A gift? What are you talking about? Why aren't you making sense?
Lord Soren, can you help me think up a cheer to inspire the Divine Dragon during training?
A cheer? I suppose it may improve morale.
Soren, do you have a moment to talk? I'd like to learn more about the world you're from.
I can spare you a moment, but no more.
Soren, I'm liking that pattern on your forehead. It's classy.
Classy? I've never heard that one before.
You're pretty cute, Soren. You'd be even cuter if you let loose once in a while. Have some fun.
I don't recall asking for your advice.
Could I trouble you to chat for a while? I know it must be a pain to talk to someone like me.
You're not particularly painful, but I'd still rather avoid pointless small talk.
Could you help me come up with a line for my next duel so I sound cooler than anyone else?
You want to sound cool? Nonsense. If you want this war to end, just focus on killing enemies.
I hope you don't think your detached air gets you out of appreciating my cuteness, Soren.
This is unexpected. But whatever it is you want from me, I think you are unlikely to get it.
Hey, how come you didn't step in and help me in the last battle? That's what emblems are for!
I assessed the situation and determined that you had it under control.
You have such a charming air about you, Soren. Why not showcase it a little more?
I'm too preoccupied with minding my own business. You should try it. May I ask you a favor?
Sure.
I'd like to resume my post, if you'll have me. My place is at your side.
I figured it was only a matter of time until you asked me that. Yeah, of course. I trust you more than anyone. You know that.
Thank you, Ike. Serving you gives me purpose.
I love this character so much. But this is where Soren primarily got his personality from. It was from this character, from this Soren from Fire Emblem. This sort of quippy, snarky kind of character that genuinely just couldn't care any less about your problems, but you've made it his problem, so he's gonna try and fix it anyway. It's my favorite kind of character archetype, or the sassy ones. And you never see them as protagonists, so I made mine that way. It's the character that's just done with everyone else's bullshit. And that is the path our Soren is on. He's on the path to becoming this way. Like, he is quippy and snarky now, but it's done in a manner of, like, I don't know. I have found the balance. I really have. He knows when to do it and when not to do it, but it's also, so I accidentally made him autistic. I tried to fight it for so long, but Eden pointed out that he was, like, hella autistic coded. The more and more I wrote with him, to the point where it's like, I can't deny it anymore. He's very autistic. The humor from him being snarky in serious moments comes from that he's, like, the only one taking it seriously and everyone else is freaking out. He's very blunt. I can't explain it very well, but in practice and on paper, it works. He's been battle tested. Anyway, back to plotting the chapter. I've been neglecting it! I need to do that. He's very much a character that tries to be very logical, but he ends up being very driven by his emotions. should get a capture card and stream Fire Emblem Engage. I never actually finished it before. But I should do that. I need to get a capture card, but I can't find any that's... Oh, that's not true. I do find one that is like under 30 bucks. But I gotta wait to get it. Where did all you come from? Scene break. So that's that first part. And then we got the rescue plan and the indication that the hunter is here. Okay. This world has way too many, has a lot of colorful characters in it. Like, I'm pulling an ACOTAR with this series where the cast from the first book isn't the cast that Soren stays with for the rest of the series. They pop up here and there, but they're not like the final group. The traffic fine? For what? What did you do? What ticket did you get? Oh. And here you are gifting subs. You should be paying your fines. What's a license disc? Is it like your license plate? Like the tags on your license plate here in America? I feel like I need to put another dream sequence here because it's been a while since Soren had one with Alu. Oh, so yeah, it is like the tags here in the US. But I feel like we need to put a dream sequence in here. Yeah, it is like our tags. Only we put ours on our license plate. So I might make this chapter 3 scenes instead of 2. It's not in the outline, but I feel like that we do need some sort of check-in before the final, before he goes up there. If you got it today, I would say it hasn't been processed yet. Like, I don't know how, weeks ago, then it should have been. It should be somewhere online, unless it's whatever it is being a butt face. And it's one of those things where like, no, you gotta come here and deal with it. You can't just stay there. Unless it was a warning ticket, then you wouldn't have to pay anything, I would assume. And I don't know, DK. I don't know. Right now it's just a brainstorming day. After stream, after I pick up my roommate, then I'm gonna get into writing. The goal today was just to outline the, and plot the chapter, so I could write. Because I like to plot the whole thing out in one sitting. And then, I'll write some tonight, and then tomorrow for on-stream we should be doing this. You are. Plus it's also giving me a chance to just talk about my book, which I don't do very often. And I enjoy talking about my shit. This book series is my baby. I love it to death, and I want to talk about it to people. But no one ever asks about it. Even when I bring them, like, oh yeah, I'm writing a book. It's like, cool! And then they continue walking. It's like, you're not even gonna ask the incredibly impossible question of, what's it about? But I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry when I finally have this published. I'm gonna just start bawling my eyeballs out. You know what I didn't figure out beforehand that I changed and then never replaced? I don't know what color dragon... I don't know what color dragon to make Nirand. So the Dragon Lord that's holding Alu hostage, the big bad of the book. Of book 1. Originally he was a brown dragon, but then I changed it so that the dragons came in the primary and secondary colors plus black and white, with those two being the more rare of the two. I never decided what color dragon he was after taking brown away. The only special dragons that I have are the black and white ones. So Soren is a black dragon, and there's only 3 currently alive. It's him, the blue flame, Calcifer, and then the dragon queen herself, Amara. Which is like the B plot of the book is who are Soren's parents. Initially he believes it's the blue flame that is his dad. I mean, we could make him all white. We could. But currently there's 2 other whites in the story, as of currently. Astaroth is a white dragon. And then the Princess Alu, who they're going to go save, is also a white dragon. And the only other dragon that they've met is the half-dragon Kirin, who's a red. So, like, who's Kirin? So Kirin is a Marquis in Turus Crystallis. He's the half-dragon that houses Soren and the gang while they're in the kingdom that Sienna is, like, hella racist towards. He's a red half-dragon, and later on, through context clues, you will learn that Kirin is actually Soren's cousin. So we have red, yellow, blue, green, purple, black, and white are the dragon colors, I think. I never remember what the secondary colors are. What are the secondary colors? Orange. Orange is the other one that I'm missing. So there's red, yellow, blue, green, purple, orange, black, and white. You know, he could be a purple dragon, yeah. He is a dragon lord, so he's amongst the nobility of dragon society, so he could be purple. And purple is meant to be like a royal color. Yeah, we'll make him purple. Let me just note that down here, that he's purple. Because in here, he's still brown. But brown color is no longer an option for dragons. A purple. There we go. He's a purple dragon. Oh, you know what? Oh, that's perfect. Oh! I just had a eureka moment. Oh! Oh, that's genius! Oh. Oh, I'm gonna destroy people in book 2! Okay, so, without giving away too much, book 2 is essentially a dragon deathmatch that Soren goes to. So in order to join Dragon Society, he has to be accepted by the dragons. But in order for a half-dragon to do that, they have to go through something called the Trials of the Forgotten. It's basically this big death arena that you're stuck in until you're able to shift. And in there, he meets and befriends a half-dragon child named Shayla, and she's a purple. So what if Mirand, our Dragon Lord Purple Dragon that's kidnapped Alu to try and make her his wife, because she was initially promised to him, what if this is Shayla's dad? And he willingly gave his half-dragon daughter to the Forgotten to be put into the trials. Not so that she could be accepted by Dragon Society, but so that she could just die. Because she does die. It's a Katniss and Rue parallel. It's that sort of thing. Have anyone seen or read The Hunger Games? Just give us even more reason to hate Mirand. Words are hard, bruh. They are hard. Because Mirand's whole ploy here is that Alu was initially promised to him by her father, who was the previous Dragon King, but then his name was Soma. Then Soma died, and his wife Amara became the Dragon Queen. Because how their hierarchy system works, for who gets picked as the ruler, it's very religious based. So their mother crystal essentially picks who's the next ruler. And Mirand is trying to work his bloodline into the royal family, and failing miserably, because Alu is not having it. Okay, I can't remember if I can't remember something now. When would he have done this? 12, 13 to 10. Maybe it's chapter 10? I'm trying to find where Soren actually sees Mirand in dragon form. Or if he ever does. I don't think he does. So it's not this early, I don't think. It's not chapter 10. Is it 11? See, that's the rape. I'm going to have to make a note of this for when I go through and do edits. That Miran needs to be described as a purple. Because the very early chapters I have I do need to rework a lot of the early chapters because a lot of the information is not correct anymore. Oh yeah, there's male SA rep in this book. Soren gets sexually assaulted on page quite a few times in the first act. At least twice that I can think of right off the top of my head. He's a lot of things. He's a lot of things. He's snarky, but he's also he's got a lot of stuff going on. He is very much angry at the world. Soren gets put through the fucking ringer. I am not at all nice to him. But it's fine. He has probably the biggest payoff in the entire series. Well, this is why you read stories written by different people. We all have different ways of portraying stuff. How I'm choosing to portray how he behaves after the essay is that he is so alarmingly... He becomes so alarmingly unbothered by it that it should bother you. Well, I gotta keep it on the down low, gotta keep things contextualized, or I might give too much away. Like, the whole the whole themes of this whole series is subverting traditionally male tropes in fantasy. So like almost everything in it is a subversion of something else. So like traditionally, the male protagonist in fantasy is usually like, you know, a humble beginner, small town farmer who becomes the chosen knight who decides, you know what, I'm gonna do the right thing and fight the big bad, not for the fame and the glory, but just because it's right. And he's usually like big and burly and kind of and actually handsome. Soren's not like that at all. The reason why Act 1 is as long as it is because Soren is actively telling the plot to go fuck itself. He does not want to go do it. He's fighting it. He's only 5 feet tall. He's super thin, and at night he glows because he's so pale. And he's not like a knight type character, he's a mage. It does, it really does. And like throughout the book, at least for book 1, there was like little sprinkles of me making fun of other popular tropes. Like the very popular, oh, there's only one bed trope. I hate it. I have 2 instances where I blatantly make fun of it. One instance where Soren is talking about it in the context of it being a trope in books and how he thinks it's stupid. And in this chapter, it actually does happen to him. Astaroth tries to pull off the, oh, there's only one bed. Soren turns around and is like, I've been traveling for 2 weeks on foot. I'm nasty. Don't fucking touch me. You're sleeping on the floor. Because I think it's so dumb. But there's a lot of like subverting traditional tropes. Hi, Tonsky. How's it going? I will admit I did lean into the trope that dragons are basically giant cats. I did lean into that. I did do the How to Train Your Dragon method, yeah! In fact, Ethan is based off of Hiccup, and then his friendship with Soren is also inspired by Hiccup and Toothless. Because in Turus Crystallis, the only human kingdom that has outlawed the hunting of half-dragons and dragons in general, there is an island off the coast that is home to a culture of dragon slayers. That's where Ethan is from. Ethan is a dragon slayer. Or he's from a people of dragon slayers. Yes, just a regular guy with his fire-breathing cat. I did just put Hiccup in the story, only I made Hiccup blonde, and he is like a golden retriever. Like, I took the sunshine, the grumpy and sunshine trope, and instead of making it lovers, I made it a pair of friends. I made the Dragon Slayer into a Dragon Rider. Because in this world, Dragon Riders are a thing. However, they can only be humans. Only humans can bond to dragons and be Dragon Riders. And that has to do with the Pantheon. With this world's Pantheon, one of the human gods is actually married to the dragon goddess. That's how the dragons can breathe fire, but he's not like a very good husband. He's like Zeus, where he's very unfaithful and the dragon goddess doesn't like it. He pissed off all the other gods, so that's how we got halflings. Yes. Basically, yeah. There's a prequel series that I plan to write that dives more into the sort of relationship between the dragons and humans, but instead of dragons, it's drakes. So like the drakes are to dragons what apes are to humans. And Turus Crystallis has a lot of drakes in it. If there are any plot holes that I forgot to fill, I'm sure we'll come across them in time. I try to catch as many as I can as I write the first draft, but there's bound to be some that sift through the cracks. Hello, puppers. What you got there? You got a turtwig? Got a turtwig? No, not really. Not that I can think of. I'm sure I'll find something. Will do, DK, will do. I need people to bounce ideas off of. Especially when I start working on the new world. So I can only write in this world for so long. before I can't use it anymore. I have so many stories planned for this world in particular. I need a new one to work in. So definitely, because that one is like, I'm still trying to figure out the freaking fundamentals of the damn world that it's in. I have the character that I want to use, but I'm struggling to figure out, like, the magic system and just the rules of the world. I like rules. Because the new rule that I want to work in, I need to read Direbound. I need to read that book. Hi, Panzer. Welcome, welcome. Drunk at 6 a.m. That doesn't sound like a good thing. But we're all good here. We all chillin'. Oh! Alright, previous statement retracted. That's a good excuse to get drunk. Well, don't exert yourself too much. Did you go to the hospital? Oh, is it like an on-the-job type of injury, so you gotta fill out all the stupid reports that they make you do? Because that seems like the time to do it. Oh, pre-existing? Because that seems like a good time to start filling it out, is when you're sitting there after the injury. You gotta fill out all of this incidents report. No. Like, the workplace makes you do it, and then the ER makes you do it. It's like, here, fill out all these complicated questions about what happened in gruesome detail so we know exactly what happened. And it's like, all I know is something hurts. Unfortunately, no, you can't be a ball of dough, Panzer. We need our spines. It houses our central nervous system. We're all nervous people. So if you went skydiving for the very first time in your life, you wouldn't be nervous to jump off the plane, even though you keep being told that you'll be just fine? Heights are scary. I say as I like going ziplining, but I can't stand on the edge of the Grand Canyon. I'll freak out. I get nervous just stepping on a plane that's been grounded. It's like, this is gonna go into the sky, and then it's gonna hit a pocket, and then it's gonna drop 100 feet. Because that's what turbulence is. It's just the plane falling out of the sky. I don't mind the ocean so long as I'm not in it. Like, if I'm on a boat in the middle of the ocean, I'm fine. Just don't put me in the water. I have a fear of sharks. Specifically sharks. Like, I'm not scared of the ocean itself, but I don't like what lives in the ocean. And this is coming from someone who grew up in Hawaii. Great white sharks I'm okay with. They're not that scary to me. It's the fucking hammerheads that I hate. Like, hammerheads are just straight up assholes. Orcas are dicks just to be dicks. Dolphins! Dolphins are assholes. Like, I'll look at a dolphin from afar. They're evil. Those things are mean. Like, they will harass pufferfish just because they can get high off of it. There's accounts of dolphins attacking humans just for the fuck of it. I did know tiger sharks can survive in fresh water. And yes, they do. Dolphins do unironically rape people. They are like the epiphany of, and no one will believe you. It's insane. The dolphins really are like the humans of the ocean. Alright, well, everyone wants to talk about mermaids. It's a dolphin. Okay, it's just a dolphin. Mermaids are not half person, half fish. It's just a dolphin. Alright, some poor sailor got gang raped by a dolphin and just said, no, it was a pool of half human, half fish people. and that's how we got mermaids, but it's really just dolphins. Like, they're all cute. They're cute from afar. They're fun to touch and, like, just, like, hold on to while they swim around. They're dicks. And they know that they're dicks. It might be walruses in, like, the official canon, but I think it's dolphins. Manatees are so cute. I hate that it's illegal to hug them back, because they'll hug you. They have, like, no concept of stranger danger. They see a person, they think, friend, let me hug you. And then you're just stuck there. It's like, I can't touch you, I can't push you off me, I can't hug you back. True, it's not illegal if you don't get caught. There's a mythology, I can't remember where specifically it's from, but it's the, it's the Selkies. I don't remember where the story originally came from, but Selkies was like the OG mermaids, where there were seals that could shed their skin and become, like, people. Is it Celtic? I feel like it's, like, Russian or Norwegian. But we have Selkies in my book. We've met some Selkies in a different chapter. And we will meet that same Selkie again at some point. You know what? I'm gonna look it up. I want to know. I'm gonna look it up. Selkie origin. Oh, so we're both sort of right. They're Celtic and Norse. So we're both kind of right. No, you are not. I knew they came from, like, that general area. I didn't know exactly where. It is the best kind of being the best kind. It's like, I am technically right. But it is a writing program called Lore Forge. It's free. There is a paid version of it that allows you to use use it in browsers. It's my preferred writing program for my book. I'm writing my debut novel on stream. It's supposed to be big enough that you can see what I'm doing, but small enough that you can't read what I'm writing. I am a author. I am planning to self-publish this book. We're actually November is National Writing Month, NaNoWriMo, where authors are tasked with writing 50k words in their books. We are a little over halfway there in terms of my word count. But in terms of plot, we are almost done with Act 2B, going into Act 3, so we're actually almost done. We are almost done with the book. The end is in sight! We don't talk about that. I'm not a man, so it doesn't apply to me. It is a epic fantasy novel. This book one in particular, because it's 7 books long. I have them all planned out. Is about our protagonist, an 18-year-old half-dragon named Soren, who really just wants to be left alone, but the world had other ideas. And he's not happy about any of it. He just wanted to go to school. The world said no, and now he's on a quest to go find and save a dragon princess. This is book 1, yes. A full series in the works, and this world alone that the story is set in has about 6 or 7 other series in it. And this is my first book, yes, my first book that I'm planning to publish. I do write fan fiction on AO3 and Wattpad. Currently, the current one that I'm writing is for Final Fantasy 16. It's currently been put on hiatus for the month of November because I'm working in my book. Perhaps, but it's a space where I can post my fanfictions and not get in trouble. Because, like, I can't publish my fanfictions for people to read, like, in a physical sense, because that's illegal. I do want to write a Wattpad, like, exclusive story that just goes on only Wattpad, but I don't know what to do for it yet. No, go right ahead. Make all the jokes you want. Just make sure they're not too insulting. Then you would be the only person in my chat who isn't mean to me. My chat likes to bully and make fun of me. But it's all in good fun. They have since calmed down since the arrival of DK. No, you have not, surprisingly enough. You started giving us all money. That's how. You started gifting subs to everybody. And now everyone's like, okay, we can't be too bullying or too mean. Our Lord and Savior DK is here. Yes, the almighty DK, the chosen one. Okay, Panzer, be careful heading to the fridge. Don't hurt yourself even more. Crawl if you must. Not for an injured back. Alright, we got one more scene to do. I've passed out at my desk before. I need like a more comfy chair to work in. I need a comfy chair. I need like the wrist rest that you put in front of your keyboard. I need the thonky keyboards and a camera so you guys can like see my hands as I typey. But if I'm gonna do that, then I should probably get my nails done. Yes, Tonksky, I am obsessed with keyboard sounds. I really like keyboard noises. And the keyboard that I currently have, it's like a Razer. I don't remember what kind of Razer, but it's a Razer. It makes like the ticky-tacky sounds, and it's starting to annoy me. Like, I don't like the ticky-tacky, I like thonk and creamy. Like, my Hori gamepad that I use to play most of my games has like the creamy keys on it, which I really like, but I don't like the ticky-tacky. So I took to Amazon and started collecting. I have 4 keyboards in an public Amazon wish list that I want. Well, technically 3, because one of them is just the same keyboard, but in a different color. It's just, I want keyboards! It's another revenue of content that I can create with keyboard ASMRs. I can do that. I have the mic for it. I just gotta put it back down on the desk and not have it suspended in the air. It's like hanging precariously by like an old wire that I have tied to the ceiling. One of these days it's just gonna fall and hit me in the face. My desk setup is very janky. It's very hobo. Like, I have an arm mount. I do live in a Home Alone house. I have an arm mount for mics, but the 5-in mic is too light for it. So it just like springs up every time. Like, my mic is hanging from the ceiling. My iPhone that I use for face tracking for VTubing is on a car mount that is glued to my wall. You missed me explaining what my computer setup looks like. Mic hanging from the ceiling by a wire. iPhone that I use for facial tracking on a car mount that's glued to the wall. That's about it. Yes, glue. Not very good glue, because it sometimes will just fall off the wall. The dragons are represented by color. So they come in... Hang on, I'm mathing. They come in 8 colors. So the primary and secondary colors, and then black and white. So red, yellow, blue, orange, green, purple, black and white. And as of currently, in terms of story, we only know that 3 of those colors can do special things. Like, the black dragons are the only dragons who can wield magic, which is what our protagonist Soren is. He's a half-black dragon. White dragons are capable of communicating mentally, but with very specific people. Oh, I'm hitting my desk. And then blue dragons are a bit of a weird one, because there's also sea dragons. So like the saying goes for blue dragons is every sea dragon is a blue dragon, but not every blue dragon is a sea dragon. Dragon lore in universe is kept very under lock and key. They're very secretive, and there's a lot of misinformation out in the world. And they prefer it that way. If I can figure out how to do it, I would like to set something up for Twitch where you guys can claim what dragon faction you're a part of, and your usernames will represent what color dragon you are. I don't know how to do that. If I can figure it out, I would love to set that up. I know there's a channel that did do it. I don't know who they're called. I need to find them again. Alright, Panzer. You try and relax. Don't hurt your back anymore. Thank you for the follow, and I hope you enjoy your stay with us. And we will see you next time. If you can find it, DK, that would be awesome. So I would love to get that going for you guys. Because like I feel bad. I don't have anything. I don't have any cool widgets for you guys to like mess with. I don't have anything neat for you guys. So like if we can form factions within the group, within the channel, that would be cool. I just spilled Monster all over my face. I missed my mouth completely. So I do have a mods role set up in the Discord. As of right now, the Discord is separated based off of content. So we have just like the general lobby area. And then right now we have 3 roles that you can take that gives you access to other areas of the Discord, but specific content. So like I have a book club if you're interested in learning more about my book and talking about books. And that's segregated from everything else. And then there's TCG, where it's mostly Master Duel. And then I also have a Final Fantasy one. So I like to keep things segregated based off of content, based off of what it is. Because, you know, not everyone wants to know about my book. Not everyone wants to know about Final Fantasy or TCG. Like, that kind of thing. So I like to keep all that locked behind roles, so you only see the stuff that you want to see. Chapter has been plotted. Finally. It's got 3 scenes in it. But finally, this chapter has been completely plotted. So now I can start writing it. Alright, so that covers points 1, 2, and introduces point 3. And we'll go into more detail on that point next chapter. And it's that one. And we'll end that chapter with this. Okay. Trying to pre-plan everything ahead here. But chapter 24 has 3 scenes in it. Alright, we're making good progress. Good progress. But with that, I think that's enough for today. The chapter has been plotted. I'm gonna go play some Final Fantasy before I need to go pick up my roommate. Give myself a bit of a break from writing before I dive into it. Well, I appreciate you looking into it for me, DK. I just gotta find the channel that did do it, because there was someone who did do it. I just gotta figure out who the fuck they were. But I'm sure I can find them somewhere. But that is going to be it for me for today. Tomorrow is another writing stream. So no plotting for that stream. We are going to be writing in the chapter. I don't know how far in the chapter we're going to be in, because I do need to write 2,000 words today for a word count. But let's go ahead and take a look at who is around to send you guys to. Let's see. Who to go to? Who to go to? Let me go ahead and just like let me shut everything up real quick. Here we go, there we go, there we go. Let me see here. Who to go to? Always, Tonsky. We always aim to have a very chill stream where we all just hang out, have fun, and just, you know, talk about shit. I do appreciate you guys coming and showing at least some interest in my book. I know not everyone wants to do that. But we are going to go and raid our favorite dragon boy, Cry. He looks like he will be playing some Pokemon. Oh, he's playing Pokemon Emerald today. Okay. So you guys be respectful to him, be nice. And if you know anything about Pokemon, maybe you can help him out. But thank you, DK, for looking into the whole faction thing. Much, much appreciated. I'm gonna send you guys on over, and we will reconvene tomorrow for another writing stream. Bye-bye!